Hey, I used to have my self-esteem, and this man robbed me of my future. I was a very, very empathetic, very, very sensitive, warm-hearted starseed. They snatched me and sold me to a human trafficking ring, and had been a lot of people. There was about 3 people told me I was being exploited in my landlord's cabin, like sexually, and everybody got silenced. I went in and out of consciousness due to a lot of heavy chemical poisoning and violence that I'd suffered. I didn't think I was going to make it, and I finally felt okay, and I looked in the mirror and my face was completely ruined. It looked like, I looked like a tanned, sexy, attractive woman. I'm Irish and Asian, and I had very, very beautiful skin and very beautiful eyes, and my hair was really just full-bodied and beautiful curl to it, and I had a very nice figure. This person studied me intensively, like very much intensively, and they're ruining my life. And I'm saying, if I've got cancer, why would they be leaving me this long without the healthcare that I need? And why did they poach me from my mother? It's an illegal crime what happened in Australia. They poached me from my mother. They stole me from my mother, saying that I had to be taken because my mum was rejecting me. They didn't take me for that reason. They took me to kill me because I was doing a business over there, and for some reason there were 3 guys harassing my mum. I don't know if that's the 3 Arab guys or what, but basically they started to take over parts of my identity, of my CV. So the real all that time in Australia, I did so much healing work with infrared saunas, green smoothies. I was healthy every day. All of my family and all of my sisters and all of my friends that I've made, I've got videos of them saying they know I like to eat healthy. I ate healthy all the time. So, I eat a lot of vegetables, but I don't unless I've got a home, and that is an environment where I can finally be free of this gang. And I don't know why this mob boss wants to make me accountable for the misery of his family, the sole purpose of his family that are coming from dark roots of sex, violence, and hatred. I don't want to be part of it. I had no rights in this situation. They took me in the middle of doing my education and getting a lot of publicity about my photography of sun and the beauty of the light and doing all this light work, and they suddenly decided that I was not allowed to do compassionate love in the public, and have started to erase that was my identity. And slowly they're eradicating everything about me by illegally going behind my back to all of my networks, and then they've invited them into these clubs to outcast me, like sloppy plops and 5 nights at Freddy's and a pub, saying that I'm like lower class. Like they've done a massive lower class racist campaign for almost 3 years, but in this time it's gender violence. I don't have the right to speak. I don't have the right to the social media. I'm being blackballed out of communities and organisations. I don't have the right to anybody to help me in any organisation. They're silencing me by controlling all the public, and they're majorly controlling the public, and have made these massive, organisational kind of contracts, so I can't be part of anything in the public. As in, they're going to control the city, these gangsters, and it's like, you're denying me the right to any support. You're denying me the right to be the person I'm born to be. I did all the work to put into getting all these organisations, and I'm saying this ugly abuse and this ugly discrimination needs humanity. Because I feel like I'm being persecuted over Ruben because I didn't even used to look uglier than him. I feel like you're really taking this way too far for too long. I've had all this chemical violence. I'm targeted all the time because of the way I looked after the violence, and every time I got back up, he's ruined something else. My stomach is not like this. the stomach violence happened in the house that I was in, and I woke up, my stomach was 100 times huge in a massive circle, and to find out he's been taking my clothes off and taking photos of me, these gangster 5-killer bees, and I'd been raped. And nobody helps me, but you can see all the graffiti of these guys everywhere I go, and they're constantly putting chemicals, they're constantly telling shops to help them treat me like I'm trash quality and $1. There's huge corruption. They're like paying everybody to make sure she's a star, and he put me on the floor, Versace, and he's keeping me on a floor, and it's like, I don't get any rights. They just take me and poach me off my family, and adopted me and made me trashed and made me ruined and took away my high credit for my own identity, and just keep photographing me with discrimination when I've gone out of my way to have a high integrity in my jobs. And it doesn't help when I've got my landlord lying about me on all these public pages. It's not fair that they don't want me to be beautiful, and they're just torturing me about it. Like, they're going out of their way to make sure there's massive campaigns and communication wherever I go. She's got an ugly face today. She's got huge karma. And it's like, I want somebody else to really torture these people. Why should I be taught? Why should America make me pay a massive ugly bill? And why was I terrorised by my landlord and all those girls to make sure they've got a high table? That high table was this country's violence against me. This country stole all of my friends and made a high table to make huge money and profit off my demise. And the Indian investigative journalist came up to me and said that. They said, the reason you're being hung in public like this and tortured is because you're making a lot of people money because you're well known. So they said they've opened a gentleman's club, and that's why they got me. So I think he just took me, pretended he wanted a relationship, and then went in public and said to my friends it was a joke, that he got his mum involved, saying that she was all like, oh, you're so supportive of him, there's no one else, I like you, blah, blah, blah. And then they just went in public and killed me like I wasn't good enough for marriage, made all these porn videos, outcasted me, punished me on all these shorts, tortured me, and then I'm left for dead. And now they constantly put this kind of chemicals in my food to burn my skin and make me itchy. For years and years, the kids keep sending me things every now and again. They made a cartoon, Why I'm Ugly, and she said that the lady keeps putting powder in my food, and she does. It's like silver. You know, I shouldn't be ugly. I was a really high, vibrational, beautiful woman. I didn't do anything bad in my life. I stayed home. I worked out. I did lots of things at the beach, and I ate healthy, and I've got a real nutritional obsession, and I don't now. All I want every day is to die ever since I met John. Ever since October when I met John, I told him I wanted to kill myself. I'm not kidding. I told him straight up. I said, I want help to buy a gun. And he said, you're crazy. Just try and, get through this. We'll get through it. And it's like, it's still 3 years later, they're still recruiting people to harm me. They're still ruining my face and my figure. Nobody pays to fix all the violence I've been through. Nobody actually gives a fuck. Instead, you leave me like with vultures that want to come in and rape me. You leave me with vultures that want to make money out of me. This KFC's pimped me and he's made a massive trafficking mafia, and it's like a money laundering syndicate. And I'm left like a fucking sitting duck while you all say I need to grow up and stand on my own 2 feet. And while you're doing that, you're actually making it like torture because I can't stand on my own 2 feet. When I was disabled without my mother all these years in Auckland, I was an independent woman. I did nothing wrong. I could email people. They don't let me have my own independence. He holds my mail. He makes sure that I'm kept in a political box, that I'm less quality, no honour. And I'm saying I don't want to do it anymore. It's almost like the 5th or 6th public hanging. As soon as they first hung me in 2018, they gave Poppy that makeover, made it I was a chick that eats chips and is dark, and I wasn't. They just tortured me all over the internet that I was ugly and I was a side chick that rooted my ex, and they put all these pages that I think I'm so hot after my face got ruined, and drove up all this publicity that I was really ugly for my ex and I was an ugly root. And that's what they keep doing, this damage of this violent crime of these massive criminals that are getting away with murder again and again and again, raping somebody that was so innocent. And I had such a sensitivity to other people and kindness. It's like they want me to be so fucking ugly all the time. It's like I'm living his ex-girlfriend's life. Like, she didn't work to get an honourable character. They just ruined all my face. They've ruined my health. They ruined my face. But I wasn't even like, if you looked at me like 2 years ago when I was in Sweden, I don't know if that's 3 or 2 years ago, I looked a hell of a lot healthier. They won't let me heal, and every time I'm doing something, he takes credit and takes over the glory of my findings. I did all this research about healing work, and he took the credit for all of my healing information. Then they took credit for all my information about the sunshine and nature is my God and all that philosophy of what a beautiful day today. It's so great to be outside. They take over everything I say and won't let me have my own channel to say anything. They expect me to work in the background as an ugly mutt and keep paying all the things that I influence and giving it to all these Indians and all these Asians. I don't get anything. They film me like a prisoner in my home every day. I don't get any freedom. Well, I came up with the beauty. It's my light. And I'm just wondering, when does it end? Because you leave me alone like it's my fault. I've got to stand on my own 2 feet, and it's inhumane. You keep me through violence and you haven't addressed any of the violence that I've gone through. I've been humiliated by all the political stuff that's in the public. It makes me feel so humiliated, like everyone's judging me, and I don't want to be thrown in like that. And it's like, you might as well kill me and just say that you all paid to have a human sacrifice so the Maori family can be high honoured in church, because that's what you've done. You've just destroyed everything in my life. I didn't get to talk to anybody. I'm always in despair, and it's not mental health, it's real upsetting, because you won't let me have any support whatsoever, none, as you keep narrating my life against my will.